Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of the Lit Explorer podcast. I am going to do a review of the Shatter Me series, and I hope I make sense because it's been a long 5 books. And well, let me preface this by saying that I haven't finished the series. I'm on the last book, Imagine Me. So I still need to finish that before I give my final review, but I thought I would start recording this podcast episode. I am sat in my car at the minute. It is Sunday and it's so bright and sunny outside. It's crazy to think that October is still so bright and sunny. But anyway, so I started reading Shatter Me because my sister had read it and I wanted to give it a try. It was quite famous on TikTok, I think, which is why I wanted to read it in the first place. And it had been a while since I read anything like dystopian. I think the last dystopian book I read was like The Blood of Songbirds and Snakes. Yeah, I think. So, the Shatter Me series, the first book. Gosh, I was so, what's the word for it? I was so skeptical about getting started with the book, especially because the first few chapters with Juliet being the narrator of the story, she's the protagonist. Her voice in the book is quite interesting. It's very hard to get into, I would say, because you know the way you have a voice in your head, that's the way the book is written. Very disjointed. The words are all over the place. They're not full sentences. So once you get through the first few chapters of the book, you realize that actually you start to like that voice, that writing style, because it's quite reminiscent to yours. It's not full sentences. It's great, but it does take some time to get used to. So the first book begins with Juliet, the protagonist. She has magical powers that she was born with, and her touch is lethal, so anyone who she touches dies. So, which is why she's been put in this really high protection prison, where she's like behind bars the whole day. She's got like a tiny window in her cell, but apart from that she's got like an uncomfortable cot. But apart from that, everything is so barren, and she's essentially writing in a journal, like all of her thoughts and emotions, and she has no one to speak to. There's a number that they say, I think it's 265. She's been in that cell for 265 days. So once that happens, the story progresses from there, that she's in the cell, she's held captive by this entity that's ruling their world, and this entity is called the Reestablishment. They're pretty scary, I would say. So the Reestablishment, what they've done is all the main continents, so Asia, Africa, South America, North America, they've all got these supreme commanders, and these supreme commanders are just normal people who have decided that they want to change everything. So they want to uproot religion, make one universal language for everyone, and burn all like books and everything. They just want to wipe everything that we know of and make it into like a AI generated world. So that's the Reestablishment. They're pretty scary, I would say. Then the story progresses on. Juliet has a visitor, and the visitor is Adam. He starts to share a cell with her, and that's how the story progresses. So Juliet and Adam, they're in that prison cell, and then we have another character that's the supreme commander of North America. He has a son, and the son is called Warner. He's pretty he's fine, I would say. Magnificent. But again, I'm not going to show my biases here, and I'm trying to make this spoiler free, I think. Anyway, so I've got the Imagine Me book on my Kindle in front of me, and I'm going to try and read a paragraph. Perfect. So the book is the series is 5 books long. As I've said, the first 3 books are written. So the history behind it, I think I read it. I googled it or something. So the author of this book, Mafi, she wrote the first 3 books simultaneously, and then the next 2 books. No, I've been saying it wrong. We've got 6 books. So Mafi wrote the first 3 books simultaneously, and then she took a break for about I guess 5-6 years, because book 4 is, I think, quite recent. I think it was 2018 when she wrote book 4. So book 4, 5 and 6 again came out simultaneously. So that book 4 onwards, the writing style is pretty different compared to books 1, 2 and 3. Books 4 has 2-3 different point of views. So that's something I like, because books 1, 2 and 3 only have Juliet's point of view, but it does diverge, and then we get to see the point of views of the other main characters in the book. So it says on page 138 of Imagine Me, that's book 6 of the series, and it's from Juliet's point of view. And it says, when I wake, I am cold. I dress in the dark, pulling on crisp fatigues and polished boots. I put my hair back in a tight ponytail and perform a series of efficient ablutions at the small sink in my chamber. I have no idea where I left off last night, actually, so I need a refresher to see what exactly is Juliet doing. But anyway, so far that's my review of the series. I do need to finish off this last book to give you my final thoughts on how I like the series and how much I would recommend it. So yeah, stay tuned for that.